face.
What is up, guys? Welcome to T-Town Raids. My name is Travis, bringing you another war recap video. Today's war recap is against a clan called Persian. 40 to 39, a very good opponent. They actually had the advantage on us and they let it slip through their hands. But I will give them major props just for they pretty much destroyed every single one of our bases except for number 14. So I got 5 attacks to show you. The first 2 attacks are going to be bowler attacks versus Town Hall 10s. We did have to do some dropping down to take care of the to get maximum stars because we thought they were going to actually hit 41. Then the next 3 attacks will be Town Hall 9 attacks. There's going to be an Archer Queen walk, a 4 earthquake, 3 Golem GoVaHog with some balloons, and then the last attack is going to be a Golem giant Valkyrie attack. So I'm going to start here, go ahead and get it started because it's 5 attacks is a lot for one video. The first attack is going to be an attack by one fast donkey on a guy named Saeed, and this is going to be a bowler walk into a mass bowler. So as you can see, he starts off with about what you want to do is you want to put two healers behind 5 bowlers, kind of create you a mini funnel. The key to these Town Hall 10 mass bowler attacks, basically, I'll show you here, is to attack one inferno at a time and then open up the rest of the base so that your bowlers can go to the other inferno. So you can see the second key here is use the warden's ability to get through the first inferno, and then the second inferno you want to bring a freeze for. So as you can see, uses the warden's ability. The bowlers are in there. So right now they're not being hit by any inferno, so those bowlers under healer and rage are pretty much invincible. So now as you can see, the second inferno, he drops a jump, a rage, and a freeze on it just so he can speed all of his troops into that second inferno. He knows that's basically the only threat that's left. It goes down, so by the time the freeze wears off, it's gone. And as you can see on the 6 o'clock side, there are a ton of bowlers. I'll go ahead and speed it up slightly. Just look at all these bowlers. I mean, I can't even count. He may have only lost, I don't know, 10 bowlers in this whole raid, but a very good attack from one fast donkey for a 3-star that was much needed. A defender decided to put some troll Teslas out on the outside, which will usually trip you up once, but I think this was actually a first attack, so it didn't even trip him up once. So good job to one fast donkey. Alright, now we're going to move down to number 6, an attack by another leader, Bran versus Dr. No. And the reason I actually picked this base out is this is a base you guys might see pretty often. Some people might have trouble with it, but as you can see, Bran decides to go with 1 jump. He just needs 1 jump to get into 1 inferno, and then he's going to use the freeze for the second inferno. So he decides to start off with a bowler walk, creating the left side of the funnel, and then the right side of the funnel with the other side of the bowler walk. And he decides to actually attack the heroes, because one thing the heroes will do for your bowlers, it will pull them into the base for sure. As you can see, so wall breakers go down, the rest of the bowlers going by, followed up by a couple heroes. He's going to drop a jump just to open up the path to that inferno tower. Then he's going to speed his bowlers up. He should use his warden's ability here fairly quickly. There you go. Warden's ability goes off, makes his bowlers invincible. So by the time the warden's ability's up, the first inferno's down. Uses his last rage over on the bowlers on the 6 o'clock side, and then freezes the inferno, and by the time the freeze wears off, the second inferno's done. So now basically the whole base is crippled. There's nothing left to really worry about. Maybe the CC, but he's got 2 poisons for it. If it's a first attack, always bring 2 poisons for the CC. Most of the time it's going to be dragon paired with some minions or anything air troop wise. What they want to do on the air troop, when you have these when you have the bases, the ring bases, they use air troops so your bowlers don't get pulled into the middle. If they use ground troops, your bowlers will be pulled into the middle, which kind of defeats the purpose of this base. So just depending on how smart your defender is will determine what they put in their CC. So going to go ahead and speed it up, just a little bit of cleanup left. And again, the Troll Tesla theme must be pretty popular here because they have 4 Troll Teslas on the outside. But like I said, it did not matter. And I believe that was a first hit also. Good job, Bran. Alright, now we're going to move down to number 10. An attack by Madifer on a guy named Sajad. And this is going to be an Archer Queen walk into a GoVaHog. And as you can see, there's no jumps on this raid, just rage and a couple of heals. One thing I want to show you here, why they decided to Archer Queen walk from this side. There's no expos in range. Also, the 3-point defense, once those are down, if you look, there's no real point defense over here. There's nothing, it's just splash damage. There's nothing that's really going to hurt your queen. So once those 3 point defense goes down, watch. I'm going to go ahead and pop the ability. Cannon goes down. Archer tower goes down. Then the third cannon goes down. Now that those are down, there's nothing to really take the queen down. So the queen's going to really just have a heyday down there. So she's going to go ahead and take care of the mortar. Once the mortar goes down, they're going to drop a test hog to lower the CC, get the CC out. One thing is that since the Archer Queen has already used her ability, you're going to go ahead and poison the CC, double poison the CC actually. Just to be safe, went ahead and dropped that rage. Knows that the attacker knows that they're only going to need 1 rage for this base. And once the CC goes down, the attack is green lighted to go. So drops down a golem, puts down a couple of wizards to make sure that the Valkyries don't go around. Sends in a test wall breaker, followed up by 3 more wall breakers to blow open the first compartment. Sends in a wizard followed by Valkyries, and then the Barb King is going to go in. So once these Valkyries get to the wall, it's going to go ahead and rage them up. And then if you look, you got CC hogs and 4 hogs, and those hogs are really just to play cleanup on this outside portion. But the only thing you do have to wait for is you have to wait for that queen to go down. But also, since the queen is there, those Valkyries are going to aggro to her. If you watch those Valkyries, boom, they aggro right over to that queen, take down that queen, Barb King aggros to her. So now they're all just sitting there in the core doing a nice job tanking, while the hogs are just going to run around the outside of the base. Real patient, got 1 heal left. Hogs aren't even barely being targeted, just a little bit. Actually, looks like the Barb King's being targeted and he's being healed, so it's going to actually do nothing for their defenses. But goes ahead and drops down that last heal as the hogs kind of move into the last couple defenses, and then from there it's just going to be cleanup time. So very nice attack on a pretty solid Town Hall. Looked like near max, not max wall, Town Hall 9. So great attack. Alright, this next attack is an attack by Cowboy Elite. And this is a 4 Earthquake, 3 Golem GoVaHog. I actually really like this attack. I like all these Town Hall 9 attacks. We've been seeing a lot of bowler attacks, so it's kind of nice to see something different. But what he's going to do is he's going to drop an Earthquake here, and he's going to open up this whole portion of the base. If you can open up near half the base with the Earthquake, in my opinion, it's probably a good idea. The only thing you really have to worry about is the CC. The CC is usually going to be a dragon mixed with something else, and you need some extra wizards to take care of that CC. As you'll watch this, he drops the Archer Queen in for support. She almost goes around, and he actually has to use a heal to save his attack just to kill the CC. So he drops down 3 golems. Haven't seen a 3 golem attack in a while, so he's got a ton of tanks in there. Barb King goes in, wizards go in behind just to take down all the heavy trash. He's got a lot of storages, so it's going to take a while to eat through that trash. CC comes out, so normally you would poison it, but he doesn't have a poison, so his Barb King goes in. So he was really nice and patient on his Valkyries. He wanted the CC to be on the golems and not on his Valkyries, so he goes ahead and decides to drop that heal on his golems, his wizards, and his Valkyries, just to make sure that CC goes down. So the CC goes down. Now he's just paying real close attention to his Valkyries. Drops a giant over there at 9 o'clock. That giant's just going to do some tanking for those hogs, just so they can get a little bit deeper without getting any hits. I think the giant has about roughly 3 times as many hit points as the hogs do. So as you can see, he got about 3 hogs for the price of 1, since them both being 5 troop space each. I haven't seen that trick in a while. That used to be something we used to see all the time back in the surgical hog days. He's still got 2 balloons, so he's being really patient. All the air defense are down, so he drops the 2 balloons on the only archer tower that is left, and it is going to drop a couple balloons and go down. As you can see, he's got a couple Valkyries, a couple hogs, not a whole lot left, but as you can see, he's only got level 11 and level 12 heroes, so not a whole lot of firepower help from the heroes. I think his heroes are actually a little bit lower than the attackers, or the defender's heroes. So as you can see, she's still got, Archer Queen still got her ability, which is going to actually seal the deal. So it goes in, pops the ability, Wizard Tower goes down, and the last cannon goes down. So nice attack from Cowboy Elite. Good job. Alright, and this last attack is attacked by AJ. He's a newer member in our clan, and he actually decides to go for a 2 Golem GoVaHog giant attack. So I haven't really seen one of these, and wasn't really sure if it was going to work or not. So I can't tell you that it will work every time, but I can tell you that it does work this time because we know that it has 3 stars. So usually you pair your Valkyries with some cleanup troops at the end. His cleanup troops are his giants, I guess. So he's going to send in his golems, actually at a nice spread. He's going to use some wall breakers to get them into that first layer. Once the golem's going, he's going to send in his giants, followed up by his heroes. He's already got his wizards down. So now he's just being nice and patient, kind of just waiting for that CC to come out. Decides to go ahead and rage up that kill squad to go ahead and take down the enemy clan castle. He brought 4 earthquakes, so that if you bring 4 earthquakes, you know that you're not going to have any extra spell slots for the 2 poison that you normally have. So he's going to go ahead and use a rage, and then he heals his troops all in the middle, so the Valkyries go do a nice job pushing through the middle. He's got a bunch of Valkyries to the middle here, and he's kind of just letting the attack develop, and he's going to drop his last rage up on the top on his Valkyries, try to get them to speed through these walls. When you have walls that are level 7, level 8, even level 9, the Valkyries don't necessarily need a jump. They can eat through those walls very, very quickly, especially under rage. The only time you want to take a jump is when you want to direct them into a key place to maybe trip a double bomb set, or just direct your kill squad where you want it to go. That jump was very, very good at directing a kill squad where you want it to go. So going to go ahead and fast forward. He's got 1 Valkyrie. Looks like 1 archer, and I'm sorry, 1 wizard, and what is it? Golemite and Archer Queen's going to go ahead and pop her ability, and the Archer Queen's going to have just enough juice to go ahead and take care of this base. So, all right, guys, that is it for today's video. If you haven't subscribed and you like what you're seeing, go ahead and smash that subscribe button for me. Leave me a comment, guys, good or bad. Let me know what you think or maybe what some videos you might want to see in the future. This is Travis from T-Town Raids. Peace.